Immaculate. My name is Stella Opakas, the Deputy Director Mid and Downstream Petroleum at the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority. Today, we have invited stakeholders in the transport of petroleum and LPG products on safety sensitization so that we can enhance security and safety of the public in transport of LPG and petroleum. Well, what has necessitated this is that as the regulator, one of the key mandates of the regulator uh, by the Act is that the regulator is supposed to investigate accidents and incidents related to petroleum and gas and energy in general. So, as the Directorate of Petroleum and Gas, we do carry out investigations on anything that happens on any accident or incident that happens in petroleum and gas. And we noticed that, for example, in the last financial year, almost 70% of accidents that happened in petroleum and gas involved the transport sector. So that is a very high number. And some of these accidents resulted in fatalities. So it's important that we bring together all stakeholders and discuss how can we make the network and transport of petroleum and gas safe for the transport as well as for the general public, because we do not want that when a petroleum or an LPG tanker is on the road, somebody else who is rightly using the road gets affected, because we also look into the root cause of what can cause these accidents. And one of the things that we have found out is that apart from maybe infrastructure challenges, quite a big percent of what is causing this is non-compliance to the regulations, to the transport regulations. And we did have a review of the transport regulations so that we make the roads safe for petroleum and gas transporters as well as the general public. So we realized about 87% of the transporters were not, there was an uncompliance of 87% to some of the requirements. So we think this is something that needs to be handled urgently by the transporters, because we do not want our roads to be unsafe owing to petroleum or gas on the road. So we are going to have together, and it's a multi-stakeholder meeting. We have brought on board NTSA, KENHA is here, DOSH is here, KEBS is here, KRA is here. We also have the transporters themselves. We have various agencies present in this meeting. So we will come together and discuss, this is what we have found, what can we do? Rather, the question which was asked earlier today is that what do we do to minimize these accidents on the road? Thank you.
Yeah, maybe one. I think it has come to some of us. But sometimes when we hear about infra, what we think is just the cost of the price of the cost image, maybe the product that you have. But today we have learned that we have other responsibilities, just like the regulations and safety.
Yeah.
Maybe going forward, what we need to maybe to bring us, it's only that maybe to see, but you have also responsibility on that area.
Sorry, please repeat. I didn't hear. Going forward? Maybe we do have, we have been doing that. And I think that is why whenever we see that we have been going off, we quickly call for a meeting. Because one of the key things mandated to the authority is public safety, either in terms of consumption of petroleum and gas products, usage of petroleum and gas products by making sure that products meet the standards which are required. And we do, if you look at the Energy and Petroleum Act, the regulator is mandated to do quite a lot of things. And that's why we are having the Car Safe Mtaani initiative, which is going around the country, alerting the public on what EPRA is doing. And in fact, one thing that we really want people to do, especially in matters of petroleum and gas accidents, is to report. EPRA has a hotline for accidents. Once there's an accident involving a tanker or by the way, we investigate all accidents, even the domestic LPG accidents. We do come into homes to investigate them. It's just that, as I said, when it's 70% of the accidents are on the road, that has raised a big concern for us as a regulator, and that's why we have called all the stakeholders in the petroleum and LPG transport network to discuss this. But generally, the Car Safe Mtani will make the general public more aware of what EPRA does. Thank you.
Any other question? Yes, thank you. My name is Maria from Maria from TV. I would like to know whether there are a regulated compensation for people who are directly affected by these accidents that you mentioned.
Yes, the transporters are supposed to get insurance. That's one of the requirements. And even we had invited the regulator, the insurance regulatory authority, to be part of this. So they were supposed to be in the room. Hopefully, they've not left. But yes, they're in the room because if you're directly affected, you're supposed to at least have some type of compensation. Yes.
Any other? My name is Sylvia Kabani from NTV. The question is, right now, most of the people who transport cars is the border riders. So would you say you do offer some specific education or training to them, or that's something that their specific company should do?
Regulation is, it will be very hard if it's only one person regulating. So we do have a multi-pronged approach. And what we do is the distributors and the ones who we give licenses to retail LPG, there are requirements that, for example, on a boda, you cannot load more than 3 cylinders. Yeah, or if it's 13 kg, if it's 6 kgs, and if it's a 13 kg, you can only transport one. And in fact, our enforcement team does go around, and if they find a boda carrying more than what is in the regulations, we have the regulation that is Legal Notice 101 of 2025, and it does address transportation of LPG using two-wheeled and three-wheeled, that is like tuk-tuks. So yes, we do look at the universality of transportation. So from the simple to the road tankers, to the rail tankers, and even we also look like at marine refueling. We also do look at that as well, because the main aim is for us to ensure that the sector works for the public safety and even the consumers are safe. Yeah.
It's just one. The worst tragedies have come from situations where maybe a vessel overturns, and then people come there maybe to swift on the fuel, and there's an explosion. Anything in the body of whatever draft you are coming up with today that you want to share now.
What we have been doing is that we are very heavily interacting. We are deeply interacting with the National Police Service, and they've been very helpful. And I can inform you that we have had quite a number of rollovers of LPG tankers, and we have worked with the police in containing the public. So that has been the National Police Service has been very helpful in containing the national public. So that, because even for example, even as early as 2 weeks ago, we had a rollover. Not even 2 weeks. I think a week ago we had a rollover in Embu. And then we also had, the week before, we had another rollover in Bumala in Busia County. So these are things, but it did not, maybe the media did not get to hear of it, because the police service, working together with the service providers and EPRA, worked together to make sure that everything was very accurately contained.